Rolling.
Tell
So,
us something about innovations and your vision.
so I was always interested in technology, and I was creating weekend projects. So I used to create like 4 projects in a month, and which led me creating some awesome projects, and I had some great ideas. So this is a project. So it's a little computer, and what's interesting about this is this is ARM based. So this is just different from x86. So what that gave me a very cost effective computer. So we use this to teach underprivileged children in Sunday Pathshala. So as this is ARM based, I created an operating system for it, which I call EasyOS, which is a lightweight version of the default Linux desktop environment. I have two versions of it. One of them is based on Fedora, and one of them is based on Debian. And this the enclosure is 3D printed, and it has an active cooling system. This is configurable with up to 5 single board computers. एक बार can you please pause? अभी मैं ज़्यादा टेक्निकल डिटेल्स पे चला जाऊँगा अगर ऐसा हो तो बताइए किस फॉर्मेट में रखना है मेरे को
Elaborate करना है.
on all the projects that I have
Yeah.
right now.
If you want, you can tell me. You want.
ठीक है.
कितने क्वेश्चन?
7. You can tell us about Sunday Pathshala.
So मैं verbally बताऊँ या we have images and other presentations. So this is the brochure. अब मैं directly कैमरा पे तो नहीं दिखा सकता. I can give you images that can be displayed like a picture in picture sort of a thing. So this has all the stuff that I did for Eazytech, but 2018 से I'm only doing TensorX and artificial intelligence. So we want to highlight that. आप बताइए how will I, as in if it's a conversation sort of a thing and two people talking to each other, then I can express it, but video में wouldn't that look projected? Advertisement type लगेगा.
Mostly I see.
अच्छा. So this is it. आप बताइए मेरे को कैसे करना है.
Question मैं पूछ लूँगी आपको. Explain करो.
अच्छा. Okay.
Rolling.
So I started to program when I was about 12, and I was into hardware and prototyping, and I used to tinker a lot. I used to get around and play with my solder in iron. I used to open stuff up. I used to bridge things together and try to create something new every time. कट्स में शूट करेंगे कि पूरा एक साथ?
एक साथ अगर हो जाए तो एक साथ कर लेते हैं तो कट मिलते
एक साथ में
तो
कट
वो तो edit में भी हो जाएगा.
कट करके कर.
ठीक.
Past year, I've been working on artificial intelligence and decentralized applications. So this also involves blockchain, and I really believe this can change how humanity is. So I want to create projects that benefit society at large and create and have an impact on people's lives, and have an impact on people's lives. ये एडिट में ठीक कर दोगे आप? ठीक है फिर पॉज करके करते हैं अपन.
Next question.
How do you think you can change future of technology?
ठीक है. So I think using the best of modern technologies like artificial intelligence, and that world of technology is not yet explored, and there is still a lot of stuff left to be tinkered around with, and there are infinite number of things that could come out of an infinite number of solutions that can be made out of everyday problems. And Eazytech or TensorX के बारे में करो. So Eazytech, it's been almost 2.5 years since Eazytech's been started. So Eazytech wants to make technology affordable and accessible for all. So we have a range of projects. So we do this for a social cause. We have Sunday Pathshala, and we have other projects that benefit the underprivileged and the rural. And TensorX, our motto is innovating intelligence, and we believe that so we work on artificial intelligence and blockchain, and we want to develop applications that could benefit a lot of people. And yeah, that's it.
You have achieved unimaginable at young age.
Okay. So I don't know what I should say about that. So what I can say is I was always curious and I wanted to learn more. So I when I created my first prototype, I mean, when I was about in seventh grade, this was the time that I really had my eureka moment, and I had the confidence, and I knew that I could create so much more. So then I kept on prototyping. I kept on making new and new and new projects, and some of these projects made into products, and that I have with me right now. So I'll share some of my ideas. So this is a prototype. So this is for the army. So what this has a camera module and an ultrasonic sensor. So what we are doing is we want to create dynamic camouflages by sensing the environment that's around. So this would take the geometric complexity as to how complex the environment is, and take the primary colors of the nearby surroundings and generate a camouflage that could be printed on sheets and can be stuck on troops. So as we know, landscapes change a lot. So during the day and the night, and from the change of seasons, they vary drastically. So the army uniform, I guess, it's never been revolutionized. It's always been the green. So I want to change that, and I want to make that dynamic. So this is what I'm making. And I also have other projects. So this is a safety device that I made. So what this is, it's a modular switch. This could benefit to people in developing countries and in rural areas, because oftentimes there's the 440-volt line which trips over the regular 240-volt line, and people get electrocuted. And this is a common case when there's the during the rainy season. So this stops all of that. So this can be operated either autonomously or wirelessly, and it has a lot of applications. So this can be or this can also aid elderly people or people with Parkinson's or and other diseases who have disability in moving. So they could control everything from one place. And also this is completely secure. Like once you install it, there there are physically no chances that the person would ever get electrocuted while operating this.
Is a project you're working on government of
So
Rajasthan?
in 2016, I made an application for the government of Rajasthan. So it was a citizen forum app. So this was meant to be distributed to every citizen in the city, and you could report problems as, for example, you have a road problem and you have a lot of potholes in the road. So you could just click a picture, and that would go straight to JDA, where I live. I live in Jaipur. That would basically go to the municipal corporations or to the development authority of that area. So you could also report electricity and pollution problems. If you see them, you can just click a picture, describe the problem. It will automatically take the location as to where you are in, and it will create a generated report, and would send it straight away to the government. And it also had other features. It also had other features like emergency services. You could call helplines straight away from the app, so you don't have to remember all the codes. And it has and using your location, it could direct you to the nearest hospital. So I recently participated in an hackathon. It was the IT Day hackathon. It was held in Jaipur. So as per Guinness Book of World Records, it became the world's largest hackathon, and I was the youngest participant over there. And I had an idea of creating a device for eMitra. So I did a little bit of field research, and I found that they don't really need expensive computers to handle their tasks. So what they all they need is something that could surf the internet, and could could connect to a printer or a scanner, so that all of Emitra and Bhamasha's work could be done. So I made a device. It only costs 1200 rupees. It's in beta stage right now, and I also developed a version of Easy OS that just has the Chromium web browser and the drivers for HPs and Canon's printers and scanners. So, and I also had an idea of a blockchain script for Bhamasha and Emitra both. So this would stop all data scams, and all of your data that goes to the government would become completely secure. So I'm currently working on this project, and I will pitch it to the government later this year.
So what are your future plans?
So I want to pursue entrepreneurship. I want to impact as many lives as possible. And I believe artificial intelligence and the project that I made is the way to do that.
शायद जी आ रहे हैं हेलो हेलो आ रहा हूँ
Ready. Rolling.
I believe artificial intelligence has the potential to change the world. Image classification, wavenets, audio, natural language processing, everything. And blockchain and just the concept of bridging the trust gap is really fascinating. I am working on a platform in which artificial intelligence and blockchain could be integrated together.
So Aryan, tell us something about your inventions.
So, inventions, I have 3 projects with me right now. तीनों का अपन शॉर्ट में भी शूट कर ले एक बार तो अब मेरे को क्या ऐड करना है इनिशियल जो अपन ने शूट करा उसमें
नहीं जो आप So Aryan Singh, tell us something about your inventions.
So I was always interested in technology. I started programming when I was 12. I was working with hardware and prototyping. I was always opening stuff up, trying to make something new. So I was creating one project every week, so I could create 4 projects in a month or so. So which led me to some great ideas, and some of them turned into products, and some of them turned into products. And I have 3 of these products with me right now. So for the past year, I've been working on artificial intelligence and blockchain mostly. So this is a device that I made for the army. So this has a camera module, and this senses the environment around and generates a dynamic camouflage that can be printed on sheets and stuck on troops. So this revolutionizes the army uniform, which has never been redesigned since its beginning. So every time the soldiers go anywhere, they just have this plain green uniform, and they don't blend in with the environment. With this, we use an AI based algorithm which lets them configure the uniform, and they have as much blending as possible. And they this could really assist stealth missions, and they could just sense the environment from a plane and generate the camouflage, stuck it on themselves, their vehicles, or when they land on the bunkers, and remain stealth all the time. So what I'm using here is a camera module. So this takes in the primary colors of the environment, and this prototype has an ultrasonic sensor. So it generates a 3D map of the environment, and gives out the geometric complexity. In the real product, I would be using LiDAR, so that has a range of 200 meters and is far more advanced than using ultrasonic sensors. So this and this is a project under Eazytech. So this is a life-saving device. So this is a project under Eazytech, and this is a life-saving device. So oftentimes in villages, the 440 volt line trips over the regular home 240 volt line, and people get electrocuted. And this is very common in the rainy seasons, and this could stop all of that. So this is a modular switch. It has many more. It can be configured with modules. Like this one is configured with a Bluetooth sensor and an MQ2 sensor, which senses carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide levels and turns off all the switches when there's a possible fire hazard. So this can be controlled either autonomously, if you, let's say, if you set a time so that at this time it should turn on and off, and this can also be controlled wirelessly via smartphones. And this is the easy compute box that we used to teach underprivileged children under Sunday Pathshala. So this can be configured with up to 5 single board computers. This is 3D printed. I designed the cooling system for it as well, and I made an operating system that runs on it. It's called EasyOS. So for the past year, I've been working on mostly on artificial intelligence and blockchain, and I have many other projects and ideas that I want to make and benefit people at large.